Hi, this is John from portablefreewaregames.com, and I'm not here to show you a game. I'm actually here to give you a quick tutorial on Blender and how to make a 3D text image. Like this one here, this is an example of what we're going to be making. See the 3D text and the reflection underneath? This is exactly what we're going to be making. So if you're interested in learning how to do this, keep watching this video. And if you're not interested, well, there's no point in really following up. And now we'll start up Blender. And this is Blender here. Blender's a free program. It's free and open source actually. You can get it from blender.org or a few other websites around the internet. So this is it here, Blender 2.71 is the latest version that I've got here. So just click on anywhere away from that image. And before I get started, I should really explain to you that one thing you're going to need is you're going to need a mouse with a scroll button, with 3 buttons, one of them being a scroll wheel, because you use the scroll wheel. If you hold down the scroll wheel, you can drag this around to any angle that you imagine you can make it. There are other ways to get the angles. If you go down to the bottom left hand corner here and click view, you've got a choice of about 6 or 8 different angles, but I prefer to use the mouse button because then you can get exactly the angle you want, and that's about it really. And as you can see, when you start Blender, you get 3 objects. You get a cube in the middle here, you get a light source up here, and you get a camera. We don't need any of these, so we're going to delete them. The way you delete stuff in Blender is you right click on it once until it's highlighted. The outline of the object is highlighted in orange, like this cube is here, and then click X on your keyboard and select delete. This is a light source up here. I'm going to right click on it, and as you can see it's been highlighted in orange. Now I'm going to click X on the keyboard, delete. And this is a camera here. I don't need this either, so I'm going to right click on this and then X and delete. Okay, now we're ready to get started. What I want you to do is to click near the centre of the screen, the centre of this gridded area, about there, and you want to go down to the bottom left here and click add and then text. And this is the startup. This is a default startup for text. It's just the word text. Now as you can see, it's highlighted in orange. So if you click your tab button, that will create a cursor. You can delete what has been written there and write in whatever you like. I'm going to be typing in YouTube demo. That's exactly what it is. This is going to be a YouTube demo. And I'm going to click on that tab button again. Now I want to click R because I want to rotate this, and then X because I want to rotate it on the X axis. And you can put it to any angle you like using your mouse. But I know the angle I want. I want it to be exactly 90 degrees from horizontal. So I'm going to type in 90. Move that over to there. Now we're going to now you want to stretch this here, this properties panel out a wee bit until you can see all the different options here. As you can see, they've got a camera, a few balls, a chain, a spanner, a letter. This is what we're interested in. So I'm going to be clicking on the F button here, F for font, and that gives up these options down here. I'm going to scroll down until I find regular font. This is what I'm interested in, and click on the wee folder, and that'll take you to this option here. I'm going to click on Windows and then Fonts, and then this will take you to your Fonts folder within Windows, and you can choose any font you like. I'm going to use this one here, Bauhaus 93, because I've used it before on a few other things. I'll double click on that, and as you can see, the image has changed, the text has changed. And now you want to duplicate what you've got here, so you just press down Shift and D for duplicate. And I've got 2 copies. I'll just put one in behind the other. Now let's go back to this one here at the front. You right click on it to highlight it, remember. As you can see, it's highlighted in orange. And now we're going to be adjusting some of this. Okay, we just scroll back up. The first thing we're going to be looking at is the extrude. And this will give it a 3-dimensional appeal. You can choose any number you like, but I like 0.135. and as you can see it's in 3 dimensions now. Depth, this flattens out the letters. The amount of depth that you put onto each project varies depending on the font. On this particular font it's 0.25, 0.025 actually, and as you can see the letters are almost touching each other but not quite, and the resolution, I'll change this to 2, and that's me just about finished with this. Now the next thing we want to do is to give it certain qualities. So you click the materials button here. This is the orange and black ball materials. You click on that. In fact, I should have told you this earlier. If you go up to the top of the screen in the middle and choose cycles render, and keep it on cycles render. Okay, so I'm going to click on new. When it comes to surface, I want to choose glass. So scroll up to glass and choose any colour you like. I like a nice rich blue, so we'll go for that. It's a nice blue. And roughness 0.2. This makes sure that our text isn't completely transparent, that it actually catches the light and lights up. And that's that. And you want to click on the other YouTube, the other text that you made. Right click on that. As you can see, it's highlighted in orange. And you want to click new for materials. Surface, you want to choose emission, because this is going to be a light source. Emission, but strength, we'll put it to 1.5. Now the idea is that I'm going to put one of these texts behind the other, and it's going to light it up and shine right through it, and that's what's going to give us this 3D appeal. Okay, now it's time to start moving the emission text in behind the 3D text. So let's see what we've got. See, this is where your mouse button on your rotor scroller wheel comes in handy. Okay, let's have a look at this. And as well as using your scroll wheel for dragging side to side, you can also use it to zoom in. Okay, that looks okay. Okay, now a camera. What a camera. Go down to the bottom left hand corner, select an area on the screen, go down to the bottom left hand corner and click add, and camera, and scroll round. As you can see, the camera's just almost directly underneath the text and facing away from it. We want it to be on the same height as the text and facing into it, like that. And now I'm going to show you a wee trick. If you click this wee triangle up here in the top right hand corner and drag it across, you can actually make 2 screens. On the right hand screen you want to click view, camera, and that will show you what the camera is seeing. And while that's in place, you can actually manoeuvre the camera to get it where you want it to be. Almost there. That's it, nice and central. And now I want to show you a little trick on how you can preview what you're making. If you look at the wee camera icon over the properties and then click on that, and then underneath that there'll be another camera that says render. If you click on render, it'll give you a very brief, in fact wait a minute, I'll close this over. To close this screen, this screen that you opened up, just click on the wee triangle on the left hand side, drag it over and put it on top of the other wee triangle. That's it there. So now we want to render it, to have a look at it. Click on the wee camera there, and then the wee camera underneath, render. And don't worry if it looks kind of rough or kind of basic. All I'm really looking for right now is to make sure I've got my two sets of text lined up in the right place. As you can see, there's no white patches where the light's escaping. All of it's been trapped inside these letters. That's good, that's exactly what we're looking for. So what I want to do now is you want to set the background. So you click on this wee blue ball here, that's the world. And over here underneath use nodes, you click on this grey bar and select black background for that. And then we need to add a ground in. So if you go back to your grid and click anywhere on the grid and click add mesh plane, I'll create a plane area down there. I want to adjust this, so I want to type in the letter S for scale, and you can stretch it to any size you like, or you can just type in what size you want. I want mine to be about 25, so I'll type in 25 and then enter. And what I want to do now is I want to lift this plane up until it's almost touching the text. Almost. If you find yourself in a position like this, another wee trick you can use is if you hold down the shift button and the scroll wheel on your mouse, you can drag the entire scene down or up or across. I'll drag it down to about there. Now I'm going to lift it up and lift it up until it's almost touching. That's it there, almost touching. That's as close as we're going to get. Okay. While it's still highlighted, while the ground is still highlighted, you see the orange outline along there around the plane. If you click on the wee red and black button for materials, and you click new, and it asks for a surface, we're going to choose mix shader, so we can have multiple shaders. Mix shader. And the first shader we click, I want to click glossy, and it'll ask for a colour. I'll go for a nice red, I think. Choose red. And the roughness, I want it to be as smooth as possible, so I want 0.00. And underneath that we've got shader. If you click that, you just choose the regular diffuse BSDF. You choose a colour, choose grey, a nice grey colour. And that's about it. That's about ready to render. So let's have another wee quick look before I hit the button. And again, render. That's more like it. You can see the reflection on the ground. Like I said, don't worry because it's not that clear. We're going to fix that in a minute. So click exit to get away from that. And while you've got the render button highlighted up there, you want to scroll down to the bottom, and this one you want to choose this option here, sampling. And when it says render, by default it's set to 10. You want to reset that to 1000. And we're going to render it at that. Render. And this is going to take a wee while. And it's going to take between 10 and 15 minutes. But I'll edit the video so you don't have to wait 10 or 15 minutes to see the results. But you can see already that it's a lot higher quality than it was before we adjusted the volume sampling. You see, as you can see up here, it's got a time frame kind of thing. Path tracing tile 4 at 135. That means it's made four of the squares, 4 tiles that makes up the picture out of 135. Look, there it's jumped up to 6. So it's going to take a while to get up to 135. But like I said, I'll just edit it and you won't know the difference. And I suppose now is as good a time as any to tell you that please don't contact me with problems for Blender or advice or tips, because I'm not an expert by anybody's standards. I'm not a guru. I'm just a guy that's learned a few things and likes to pass it on. As time goes by and I get better and better with Blender, my tutorials will get better and better, and they'll still be easy to follow, I like to think. So anyway, we'll just cut it from here until now. As you can see, it says path tracing tile 131, 132 actually, of 135. It's only got 3 tiles left to make. 2 tiles, that's it, at 133, 134. And 135, that's it complete. So what we're going to do now is we're going to save it. If you go to File and choose to Save As, by default I'll try to save it as a Blender file, but I don't want to save it as a Blender file. I want to save it as a PNG graphics file. So the way you do that is you hover your cursor over the image and click F3, and that will give you the option to just store it as a PNG file. And then it's just a matter of deciding where you want to put it. I want to put mine on a desktop, so there's desktop over there, and save as YouTube demo, save as image. That should be it saved, and there it is there, YouTube demo. And some nice 3D text, a nice reflection, and quite a handy little thing. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you have fun with it. I hope you understand my accent okay, and I hope you subscribe. Thanks for watching.